Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that affects every single one of us, securing our home network. We're breaking down a really insightful report from the research firm, Virtualization Options LLC, and it gives a fantastic, clear game plan for protecting your most vital personal assets in this digital world. So let me ask you this. When you think about your home network, what do you picture? Is it a fortress, a digital sanctuary, or is it maybe an open door? This explainer is all about giving you the framework to make sure it's a sanctuary. It's tailored for busy executives who just need clear, actionable steps. Not a bunch of confusing technical jargon. So why are we even talking about this? What's really at stake here? Before we get into all the how-tos, let's just be crystal clear about what it is you're actually protecting. Look, this isn't just about someone nearby stealing your Wi-Fi signal. This is straight-up asset protection. We're talking about your personal data, your family's financial information, your privacy. These are all incredibly valuable assets. And you gotta believe, cybercriminals are actively looking for ways to get their hands on them. To really protect your sanctuary, you first need to know who the villains are and what tools they're using. You have to know your enemy. Okay, let's get into it. First up, you've got malware. You should think of this as a big umbrella term for all kinds of malicious software. Viruses, trojans, ransomware. It's basically anything designed to sneak onto your devices to either steal your information or just cause total chaos. And then there's phishing. And this is a game of deception. It's that fake email that looks like it's from your bank, or a text message with a suspicious link. It's all designed to trick you, or maybe someone in your family, into just handing over the keys to your digital kingdom. And finally, there's the digital version of a burglar just walking down the street trying every single door and window. That's unauthorized access. Attackers are constantly probing your network, looking for a weak spot, maybe an old router, or a password that was never changed. And then they just let themselves right in. All right, enough about the problems, let's get to the solutions. It's time to build our fortress. And the absolute cornerstone of that fortress, the very first place you start, is your router. The report from Virtualization Options just puts it so perfectly. Think of your router as the digital front door to your entire home. Getting that front door secured is the single most important, highest impact thing you can possibly do. Now, when it comes to your network's encryption, you have choices, and oh boy, do they matter. That old WEP standard, think of that as like a flimsy screen door latch. It's just easily broken. WPA2 is way better. It's a solid deadbolt. But the best option, your digital vault door, is WPA3. If your router supports it, this is the one you need to be using, no question. You know those update available notifications that we're all tempted to ignore? Well, they are absolutely critical. And here's why. Each update is delivering essential security patches, basically fixing holes that hackers have already discovered. But it's not just that. They also make things faster and can even add brand new security features. Ignoring updates is like being told your window lock is broken and then just leaving it unlocked anyway. Okay, here is a really high-impact tip, straight from the report. It's this feature that lets you manage your router from outside your home network. But for like 99% of us, it's just a huge unnecessary security risk. It's an extra door you don't need. So do yourself a favor, go into your settings and make sure that thing is locked down. All right, so the fortress walls are now secure? Awesome. But now it's time to secure everything inside those walls. We need to post some guards, some sentinels, on your laptops, your phones, and yeah, all those smart devices. So when we talk about passwords, the #1 rule has totally changed. It is all about length. The report really emphasizes this. 12 characters is your new absolute minimum for a password to be considered strong. Length is definitely the foundation, but these other rules are just as critical. Yeah, a mix of characters is still important, but the golden rule, the one that people break all the time, is uniqueness. Using the same password everywhere is like having one single key for your house, your car, and your office. If a thief gets that one key, well, everything's compromised. Think of this as your secret handshake. Even if a thief somehow steals your password, they're stopped dead in their tracks because they don't have that second code from your phone. It's one of the most powerful security layers you can possibly add. So enable it everywhere you can, seriously. Okay, for those of you with a lot of smart home gadgets, this is a more advanced but brilliant tactic. It's basically like creating a separate, less secure visitors area in your home. You put your smart thermostat, your lights, all that stuff on a guest network. So if one of them gets compromised, the attacker is completely walled off from your really important stuff, like your laptop and your phone. And finally, you gotta remember that security isn't some one-time project. It's an ongoing process. You really need to start thinking of yourself as the Chief Information Officer, the CIO of your own home. Well, every good CIO has a process, right? For you, that means teaching your family about the risks. Maybe doing a quick check once a month of all the devices connected to your network to spot anything weird, and just generally staying vigilant. Think of it as your home's quarterly security review. And if the worst happens, you don't panic. You execute a plan. First, you isolate the problem. Unplug that device from the network. Then, you eradicate the threat. Finally, you recover from a clean backup. Having this clear three-step plan really helps you contain the damage quickly and effectively. And we'll end with this final, really thought-provoking question from that Virtualization Options report. It's such a powerful reminder that security isn't just about the technology you buy, it's about the people who use it and the habits they keep. Securing your digital sanctuary, it starts with locking that front door, but it's maintained by being mindful of who and what you let inside.